Ruto lied to Kenyans that on his watch there will be no abductions and mysterious deaths. On his watch it has become worse. It is not just the Gen Z abductions. It started with the abduction of Jazz Rai, whose main crime is that he had lodged a case in court to dispute the award of Mumia's sugar factory to a company in which Ruto had interest and Rai's own younger brother had interest. And Ruto abducted him and forced him to withdraw the case in court. This is the first time that that kind of impunity has been shown towards a serious senior investor in this country's history. That is one. Two, there were the boys in Kondele who were followed home after demonstrations, taken from their homes, and their bodies later on found. The Gen Z focus is because it had much more national and international media, but it was just part of a growing sequence of impunity and state crime against citizens. It is a very painful drift to have a leader who is so callous that innocent lives sacrificed mean very little to him. But some of us who learned through the struggle of hard remind Kenyans that the blood of those who were killed by Ruto should not be allowed to go for nothing. That in their honor and in their memory, we must say, how can we organize and mobilize better? How can we be our brothers' keepers? How can we keep the spirit alive? And I think there's a challenge that we have to address very collectively between the progressive social media, progressive, independent, nationalist public media, the legacy media, and the other platforms of social mobilization at our disposal in the coming period.
Then I have another question concerning the government. Do you think that government is honest?
Government does not think. Individuals in government do. Statements by Ruto have been proved to be negative. I think Ruto is a pathological liar. You know, even when two things, this cup is white and Ruto sees it white and he can say this cup is black without any benefit from that lie. It's just like it's cerebral. So it has hurt government so much that even when he promises to do things that seem to be reasonable and right, the public is skeptical because of his track record. He's so easily tempted by the desire to make lies. Like that lie that for years now we are selling milk at 50,000 shillings a liter. So, which person will believe you when you say that you are a president?
Then another question on Gachagua. What can you comment about on Gachagua impeachment and Limuru attack?
No, I don't think I want to do an omnibus of opinions about everything. But I can say this. I do not have much regard for Gachagua as a person. He was reckless. He was very uncouth. He got delusional about being in power and he was ejected, I think, unfairly. But there's another reality. A country cannot build institutions without showing respect to persons who have held high office. Moi humiliated Mwai Kibaki. But when Mwai Kibaki became president, he brought to cabinet a proposal and a resolution that we gift Moi with Kabarak House, Kabarnet Gardens, the residence which used to belong to the vice president, official residence of the vice president of Kenya. It is Kibaki who brought to cabinet and we passed to donate it to Moi. That's a statement of maturity, a statement that there's life after office, respect for leader. That is why Raila, Kalonzo, Musalia have had generous pensions and security and mobility from the state after they left office. For a president to start humiliating a former deputy president, you are setting a bad precedent. because you are also eventually going to get out of office. Why should we respect your dignity when you leave office if you have been so blatant in abusing those who have left office that you disagreed with? That was a shameful act that was done by the state. About Limuru, that is their primitive politics.
Now we are at 25th of this year. Come January 2025, Feb 20. What can you comment about AU seat and Raila?
No, I have made my views on that already known. I don't want to comment too much. I wish Raila well. I think the challenges before him are very, 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 very daunting. Um, I hope I'm wrong, but I think that the conditions ahead of him, the road ahead of him is very bumpy. But I wish him well.
Right, maybe maybe in case it doesn't work for the AU cause and everything, do you think Raila still has a chance to play a role in Kenyan politics?
Raila has a relatively captive audience in Luo Nyanza, which he can align with other groups, and it matters, it counts. But Raila has lost that appearance as the focal point of alternative forces in Kenya politics. That is irretrievable, regardless of what happens in Addis in the coming year. I say Raila has made his contribution to this country. We should not denigrate that. He's been very, very important in our struggle for national renewal. He's been very, very important in keeping the autocratic system, the oppressive system in check, and in raising the flag on abuse of citizen rights. But towards the end, he has made a personal decision. I hope his personal decision does not extend the tenure of Ruto beyond the next election. But before Raila started going to the AU meetings, he called some of us. We had a meeting with him, some of his confidants. We had a meeting together at a retreat in Mombasa. And he told us he is retiring from politics. So I hope that he is keeping the word that he gave us in an audience which included Kalonzo Musyoka, myself, and quite a few others.
Okay. Maybe last but not least, Mheshimiwa, in the of course coming formations towards 2027. As you say, it has to be a do or die.
No,
For
do or do.
do or do. Okay. In a situation where maybe because maybe there's something we don't know, because the president keeps promising things that maybe next year, the coming years may come to light. We don't know. But in case he reinvents himself and he corrects himself, uh, do you think he still stands a chance of
The only chance that Ruto has of retaining office is a massive quantum shift in the ability to steal an election. There is no way Ruto will win a popular vote and retain power. Ruto is a one-term president.
so there's nothing that can say, even with the reshuffling of cabinets and
What does reshuffling the pack mean?
Mm.
You have a year to see more reshuffles come and go.
Mm.
But I can tell you, his goose is cooked. Is cooked.
Do you have a name of somebody who can be a formidable force, maybe?
A person cannot be a force.
Mm.
A rallying effort by intergenerational supporters of nationalism committed to renew Kenya, putting it back onto the path of progress, redeeming our standing in Africa and in the region, reviving investor confidence in our economy. Takes a collective, does not take an individual. Those of you who are getting stuck with individual names are slowing down what we need to do. It's not Kitui who is a miracle wonder or any other individual. It's Kenyans saying, let us rally together. Let's crowdsource ideas, resources, individuals. And at the right time, we'll find among our ranks the set of leaders who will take us to the promised land. That's what I'm looking forward to. And it's my hope that I can contribute to that for the sake of prosperity in my country.
As we wind up, maybe a message to Kenyans who are watching you right now.
Thank you, dear Kenyans. Congratulations for surviving Ruto in 2024. We commiserate with those who've lost their everything, who've lost their families, who've lost their loved ones. It was a difficult moment to see the pain of losing young, promising Gen Z leaders. It was painful to see some of the turncoats from within the ranks of Gen Z smiling as they embraced the enemy. But we have noted that a people united can conquer mountains. I want to reassure you, this country has the ability, the sons and daughters of Kenya have the ability to dig us out of this hole. We are bigger than any individual political leader. And you just want to make the first step of believing in your own ability to contribute to a better Kenya. There is going to the new year, tutatafutana na nguvu zetu pamoja zitalikomboa hili taifa letu, na vizazi vijavyo vitushukuru kwamba tuliwatoa pahala pabaya kuweka kwa njia endelevu na kujenga taifa letu tena lipate ile heshima ya kimataifa ambayo linaistahili. Asanteni sana.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.